If you've been on the internet for even a short time, chances are you've seen a Wojak. If you're unfamiliar, Wojaks may appear to be just these simple MS Paint drawings, but the Wojak lore actually goes much deeper. The history of Wojaks is long, stretching from 2009 all the way to today, and as such, I will not be able to address every Wojak in this video. I have instead chosen the most popular, recognizable, or interesting ones and chosen to talk about them. If there's any Wojak I missed or key details I missed about one of the entries here, feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, let's get started. Regular Wojak. The original Wojak is very old, and because of this, the true original post has been lost to time. The name Wojak is the name of the person who popularized the image by posting it on the German image board Krautchan, which is comparable to 4chan. However, according to a Reddit AMA, the user allegedly found the image on a Polish image board called Vychan, where it was originally titled
Ciepła twarz,
Polish for warm face. However, there are no screenshots or archives of this original post. The earliest photo evidence of Wojak's existence is in this meme, which is the same template as the "they don't know" meme today. This was posted on December 16th, 2009, which means that Wojak had to exist before this date. Over time, the original Wojak has spread far and wide and evolved into many different variants. While it seems to have been originally created to evoke a vaguely melancholic feeling, the standard Wojak now represents a sort of blank canvas in meme culture. Soyjaks. One of the most famous variations on the Wojak template are Soyjaks, which are generally used to criticize arguments or viewpoints in meme form. These are a cross between the Wojak art style and Soyboys, which is another meme entirely, that originated around late 2017. Soyboys are typically portrayed as having patchy beards and an exaggerated open-mouthed expression of surprise, which translates to Soyjaks being portrayed in the same way. Around late 2017, niche posts began to circulate in various places on the internet about new males, a term which I think comes from 4chan, and basically describes men using the same open-mouthed expression from earlier. In the comments of one Reddit post like this, someone posted an edit of an earlier comic with a new male edited in, which may have inspired the contemporary Soyjak thanks to the similar art style. By 2018, the Soyboy meme had completed its crossover into Wojak form, with the first image of an actual Soyjak being posted on December 30th, 2017. This image was clearly just based off the original Wojak, evidenced by them sharing the same outline. Shortly after this, basic variants of the Soyjak were created, roughly corresponding to pre-existing Wojak types. Besides the Soyjaks that were just created using Wojak's features and adding a beard and glasses, many Soyjaks are somewhat eerily based off real people. For example, this Soyjak is a direct trace of the former Guinness Book of World Record holder for largest mouth gape. These two iconic Soyjaks are based off popular gaming YouTubers Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. And of course, the two Soyjaks pointing is also based off a real image of two men reacting to vegan chicken. All of these traced Soyjaks seem to have originated in 2020, whereas the Soyjak's initial creation and first variations were in 2018. Yes Chad. Often used alongside the Soyjaks is the Chad Wojak, also known as Yes Chad. While he isn't technically a Wojak, he has become so associated with Wojak comics that he might as well be one. Yes Chad originally comes from a meme comparing Nordic people to Mediterranean people. While the original meme portrays the Nordic man negatively, a version was quickly made where the places were reversed, and the Chad Nordic would evolve into the Yes Chad. Other versions of the Yes Chad also exist, including a beardless variant, and the image is often changed to suit the particular meme it is used in, much like the original Wojak. The name Yes Chad comes from the modern usage of the character, where he is usually portrayed simply saying yes to some sort of accusation or complaint, often with an opposing panel depicting Soyjak's reaction to the same thing. This relationship also spawned the ironic sub-meme of saying, you drew yourself as the Chad and them as a Soyjak. Crying Wojak. Before Soyjaks became the representatives for every bad opinion on the internet, there existed a few other Wojak variants that filled this role. Firstly is the standard Crying Wojak, which is surprisingly hard to find a source on. Know Your Meme places it from this comic, but even then, they do not know where the comic comes from, with the only clue being that 2014 appears to be depicted as the present day in the comic. Information on this particular variant is extremely spare, even though it's quite popular. If you have any leads on the Crying Wojak, please let me know in the comments. Pink Wojak. The Pink Wojak appears to be a progression of the Crying Wojak. with the pink coloration presumably coming from its increased rage or frustration. This theory is supported by the original pink Wojak being posted about a crash in the price of Ethereum. The pink Wojak shares the crying Wojak's red eyes, although pink Wojak seems to be bleeding from his eyes rather than crying, and his expression is one of rage rather than mere frustration. This is overall a pretty minor Wojak and seems to have only really been used in regards to crypto rage in late 2017. Masked Wojak. The masked Wojak typically features the crying Wojak behind the mask, although there are certainly many variants featuring other Wojaks both on and behind the mask. By and large, however, it is usually the crying Wojak with a smug Wojak's face on the mask. The image on the mask seems to be this smug Wojak, dated from August 2014, just with the hand cropped out, but there appears to be an even older smug Wojak that is very similar, and which seems to have originated from 4chan on December 30th, 2013. Brainlets. The Brainlets are another subcategory of your argument bad Wojaks, which simply are depictions of Wojak with a caved-in head symbolizing a small brain. The first of these images posted with the term Brainlet was on a 4chan thread on June 4th, 2017. The most popular version of Brainlet that is used today seems to have originated in November of 2017, based on results from TinEye, although trying to actually find the image on these pages now seems to be impossible. Smart Wojak. The polar opposite of the Brainlets is the Smart Wojak, who is depicted as having a brain of varying sizes larger than normal. The first iteration of this was posted in September of 2016. Smart Wojak's brain appeared to evolve over time, at first growing into an entire car on December 4th, and then appearing in various stages in another thread on December 18th, including an enlarged head, a brain so big that Wojak is sitting on it, riding an elephant made of his own brain, and finally having a brain of literal cosmic proportions. Out of these, probably the best known today is the Wojak sitting on a chair made from his brain, which also later evolved so that he could play chess with himself. The Smart Wojak has also been used in the Masked Wojak meme, usually with the mask having Smart Wojak with Brainlet underneath. Grayon. An offshoot of the Brainlets, known as the Grayon, originated in 4chan in December of 2017. The name Grayon comes from an edit of the image posted on another 4chan thread about a month later, where the character is drawn eating crayons. For all intents and purposes, Grayon is usually used fundamentally in the same way as your standard Brainlet. NPC Wojak. On the topic of Wojaks created to portray negative arguments, the NPC Wojak comes from a pre-existing term, which apparently comes from, you guessed it, a 4chan post from 2016, where a user theorizes that a majority of people on Earth are actually just NPCs, based on how similarly many people seem to speak and act. This seems to be where the usage of NPC as a label comes from, as used to describe people who apparently lack personality. About 2 years later, in 2018, the first NPC Wojak appeared in a thread discussing the topic of NPCs. NPC Wojak's appearance has remained consistent since its initial appearance, having the same shape as Wojak, but with a gray coloration and simpler geometric facial features. This makes the NPC Wojak the essential strawman argument, and as such it is often used in usually low-quality opinionated memes that generally are just a poorly disguised attempt for the creator to push their opinion, while portraying the opposing side as brainless. The NPC Wojak was once even the subject of a competition by Alex Jones's InfoWars, where $10,000 was offered to the person who could make the best NPC Wojak meme. Nowadays, the NPC Wojak is most often seen in a 4-panel comic that shows the NPC making a statement and then becoming angry when a white stick figure does not accept their opinion.
If you watched up to here, thank you for doing so, and please consider liking the video if you enjoyed it. This video was originally supposed to go a lot longer, but I honestly just wanted to get some content out sooner rather than later. I'm going to be making a part 2 with the Wojaks I didn't include in this video, so subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that. If you're interested in more meme origins content, you might like my meme sound series. Thanks again for watching.